July 30th, workout breakdown, shoulder day. This one is pretty neat in terms of the structure. I'm hoping you guys see it the same way. Obviously, once you get past the warm-up, there is no monthly emphasis here. But in terms of the structure, it doesn't look like a lot right here, but the setup is what I really want to touch base on. And I do want to just clear up any level of confusion leading into this class, of course. The more information you guys have, the more knowledge you have going into a workout, obviously the better opportunity you have to execute and get as much out of it as possible. So a little bit of detail on why it's set up the way it is. So you'll notice at the top you have a single arm dumbbell push press. That is kind of like your foundational movement, your primary movement for the day. It is set up in a sense where X sets you are ramping with X amount of time recovery, meaning like it's completely up to you guys as to how many sets you want to do leading up to the 4 or 5 sets, and then how much time recovery you would like to take between your sets, right? The point is to not rush you, not to put you under a time crunch, and give you the opportunity to work on a specific skill, right? If you're somebody that's not overly comfortable with the push press, this is the best opportunity you can have possibly to talk to a coach, work through repetition and volume, and just work on the movement and the motor pattern and getting your body more associated and familiar with a push press. So again, push presses are going to be around forever. It's a fantastic way to overload. It's in a lot of the complexes and Olympic stuff that we do. It is certainly something that allow you to gain strength and work on, again, like I said, added load over time once you learn how to do it. Now, if you're somebody that's really comfortable with it and you can get in the right position and you feel like you can use your entire kinetic chain and body to generate power and get up and overhead, and that's not really an issue for you, then this is an opportunity for you to go over expected. So anytime you have a single arm movement, let alone a movement like a push press where you're using your entire body to generate power, it's a fantastic opportunity to overload and go over what you would normally do. If you're somebody that follows kind of the strict 35, 50 pound gold standard guideline, this is an opportunity for you to drop your rep counts all the way down to like 3 or 4, maybe even 5, depending on who you are and what weight you choose, and just start ramping your weight up and finding out what your threshold is at like that 3 or 4 rep count range. And what that does is it kind of resets your mentality. So if you're typically doing, push presses with 30-pound dumbbells and you get this, one-off opportunity to do single arm, and you realize with single arm, my right hand can handle a 40 or 45-pound dumbbell for 3 or 4 reps, which honestly is exciting, and I would assume that will probably happen to some people. And then you realize your left hand can barely manage 40 pounds. It's really unstable. You can't get locked out up and overhead. But it rewires you to have a better understanding the next time you see push presses or maybe a ball push press or something overhead, that you can start thinking about the weights that you've used for this, and you can start correlating to day in and day out, or week in and week out down the line, and making you more efficient and more precise when you're going to choose your weights. So on top of that, obviously when you see the push presses, and again, you're just worried about maybe strength and gaining lean muscle mass, like it's just a great opportunity to kind of load up and do lower rep count sets with higher gross weightage, and that's kind of the main goal. So there's a lot of ways you can go here, and I think the best part about kind of what we do is you're not under a time crunch, and you can take as much time as you want, you're at your own leisure, ask as many questions as you want, warm up as much as you want, and put as much energy and effort into that as you'd like. Now, when you finish that, kind of contrasting here, you're going to go into kind of like the polar opposite. Stability work. It's really hard to find ample time to do stability training or anything that puts you in a proprioceptively rich environment. You probably heard me say that in the past. It's just putting you in an unstable environment, right? The more rich of an environment it is, the more unstable it becomes. That's kind of where you see add a BOSU ball if you'd like to. You do not have to add a BOSU ball, just to be very clear. It's really, really hard with a BOSU ball, whether it's dome side up or you're on the flat side. But again, it's just tough to find time to implement this on a consistent level because we're so focused on multiple other modalities more so. Just other modalities take priority over stability, but it's always in the front of my mind. I truly believe in it. I see all the value in it. I've been doing it myself, and I was educated on it years and years and years ago. It's just, like I said, it's just tough sometimes to find. So anytime we got to kind of sit up here, I'm going to give you all this time in the world to do this main lift, put as much energy and effort into it as you want. Who knows how much time you're going to have left, so perfect opportunity to just work on single leg stuff. So ankle, knee, hip joint stability, hugely valuable. Obviously, when you're working on stability on the lower part of your body and we're still going up and overhead for some of these movements like the Arnold press, you're getting double attacked here. Like, you have stability all over the place. Your weight's going to come down dramatically. Your body awareness hopefully becomes elevated if it's not already pretty elevated. And it's going to put you in different positions and different planes of motion. Like the high rows and the lateral raises are not the same plane of motion. You're going to start finding out, and little red flags are going to start going off of like, where do I struggle? Where are my imbalances? Right? This is not like the bottom half of this workout has very little to do with the weight that you're moving and everything to do with trunk and your core, learning how to stabilize through not just your shoulder girdle, trunk, core, but your pelvis. And then kind of identifying like ankle, knee, and hip, left side, right side, which one is superior to the other, which one do I really struggle on? Is it both of them, right? If I take my shoes off, to have a better opportunity without cushion on the bottom, am I conditioned enough in this that I can start adding, more challenges in there, like Bosu balls or maybe the black mats you can put underneath your feet as well to make it more unstable. But this is totally opposite of the push press, and I'm hoping people. I think there are a lot of people that do enjoy kind of the one-off stability stuff, and I'm hoping from a programming side, I can find more opportunity to kind of fit some of this stuff in. It's just pretty far down the priority list. So anyways, it's a good day. There is a little bit extra if you happen to finish everything. I don't see many people getting to this, so I'm not going to go over it. But it is there in case you do finish everything. So if you guys got any questions, obviously just ask, and hopefully you enjoy this.